I want to welcome you all to From Chef to Founder, the three shifts required to build a company that creates freedom, income, and ownership. Even if you spent years building someone else's dream, we want you to understand that there's ways that you can build a company that are beneficial not only to you, but your family and what you're wanting to do. And I'm going to give you a lot of personal stories on this. And I want to jam pack it again with as much information, but not just to speak at you. I want you to really dive in and get this because I think that all of us in this industry, we need different avenues to not only express our passions and our gifts and our talents, but also making sure that we're looking at all opportunities for really creating something for ourselves that is going to create a company that we can thrive on. Okay, so again, I really value your time. And I know whether you're currently working in a restaurant or operating your own personal chef business, or you're doing private events already, or meal prep, or even catering, you might even be simply exploring what's next for your career. I'm honored again that you've decided to spend this time with me and with us. And so hopefully over the next hour or so, I'm going to walk you through three shifts I've seen that has really transformed chefs from employees into founders. I'm going to really not want to give you theory, and I'll talk about not too much about myself, but let you know a little bit about my story. But I'm not trying to give you fluff. I might motivate you at times, but it's not going to try to be motivational hype. I truly want you to understand and learn real world lessons from us helping chefs across the country build successful personal chef companies. Okay, so again, I really appreciate it. Now, before we really dive into everything, I want to make sure and set up some expectations for you all. This training is not about opening a restaurant. It's not about becoming an influencer. It's not about chasing followers and trying to be some hyped up person on social media. It's not about going viral. Again, all these things are not bad in the sense of the social media side of it, but it's not really about trying to work more hours. Now, I will say it's going to be always hard work to build something that is legitimate and produces results, but hard work is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that you're not killing yourself if you're in the restaurant industry and you're working 70 plus hours. I'm not trying to put more hours on you. We're already working enough hours as it is, and so I really want to help you build something that creates that freedom. And it's not even about financial freedom, although, you know what I mean, there is sky's the limit when you have your own business. You're able to give yourself a promotion, by getting more customers and building more revenue and building more profit. But it's not just about that. It's something that creates ownership. Most of these things are missing from a lot of chefs. The income, the freedom, the potential, the legacy. Okay, so I really want you guys to understand that this is what this is for today. All right, I want to really kind of get to know you guys as well. So how many of these sound familiar to you? And you can just, whether you put it in the chat like a thumbs up or yes or whatever, or even physically you're raising your hand. How many of you guys are tired of building someone else's dream if you're building someone else's dream, if you're working for someone else? All right, or how many of you guys know that you're capable of more? You love cooking, you have a passion for it, but you kind of hate the lifestyle to a degree. And I don't want to sidetrack too early on in this, but I was one of those that was in the industry for all of my life in the hotel industry as a chef. And when I was younger, I was like, yeah, I love this. I love this getting home at 1 o'clock in the morning type of thing. I paid my dues. I'm a chef. But as I got a little bit older and wiser, I started realizing I hate this lifestyle, especially when I had my first daughter. And then I felt like, it was really hard to be a father and a chef at the same time. Maybe, again, show of hands, you want more freedom and flexibility. And freedom is not necessarily, again, financial freedom. I think that's somewhat of a loaded question. But what I mean by freedom is maybe freedom to do the food that you want to do. Put your passion on a plate and be able to do that. With people, right? And so, or you want to provide more for your family, again, more time quality. You want ownership again of your future. And that's probably the biggest one that I dealt with, was more ownership of my future. Realistically, again, I'm going to just kind of park here for 2 seconds before we really move on and I tell you a little bit about who I am. So, because there is quite a bit of you that do not know me very well. Maybe again, some of you seen my Instagram, some of you heard my podcast, but I want to give you a little bit more about me and my story so that you guys understand where I'm coming from. And honestly, why I'm not saying you should listen to me or you have to listen to me, but giving you a little bit of proof of I've been there, I've done some things, and that's what I want to kind of let you know about. But the ownership of the future is where I felt like I was missing the mark. And I learned very early on in my career that even if I had a steady paying job, I don't care if you work for the government as a chef or a cook, like somebody can fire you, somebody can tell you that you're done with, an establishment can close down. There's truly no security in anything we do in this world. Okay, nothing's 100% except for God. That's my belief, except for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. There's nothing sure about anything in this world. And so even with your own business, tomorrow's not promised. We don't know what the future holds. However, I want the direction of the steering wheel. I want the steering wheel firmly placed in my hands and in someone else's. And so owning your own company is the way to do that. And it's not easy. It's difficult. And, but it's so gratifying to feel like you actually have control. Again, I really wanted to kind of just say that from my heart because that's where I was at over 15 years ago when I started my business. And so, obviously a lot of you guys, I hope this resonates with you. And again, I want to shift a lot of your mindset. I want to make these shifts with you today as you start thinking about opportunities and how they could be different for you in your life. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about my story. I can't stand seeing a picture of me and my face on here, but it is what it is. For years, again, I worked in hotels, resorts, professional kitchens, from the Ritz-Carlton to the Four Seasons to Grand Del Mar. I was Garmin J chef of the Convention Center in downtown San Diego. I opened up Cape Ray and La Costa as the chef de cuisine of that hotel. And my last post was the executive chef of what is now the Westin in Carlsbad across from Legoland. That was my last job I had, okay, where I had over 50 people under me, from the stewards to the chefs to the cooks to everyone, okay? And I was actually really young, so I felt like I achieved a lot, but I was craving more time with my family and feeling like I was more in control of my future. And what's weird is it wasn't me being money hungry. I was making 6 figures plus. I was in my, I was 30 years old. Actually, I was in my late 20s when I got my executive chef job. I worked my butt off. I've been cooking since I was 15 years old, and I pushed as hard as I could to get to where I am today. But I was, again, over that long-houred nights, weekends, holidays, missing all the family moments, and I was sick and tired of putting my kids to bed through FaceTime. And I went out there into the world and I started something, and I won't tell you the whole background, but eventually started my private chef company called Dinner with a Chef. And it was a struggle for the first 3 years. I had nobody helping me, nobody teaching me or showing me the way. And so realistically, it was very difficult. Wanted to give up many, many times if it wasn't for my wonderful wife, Danielle, that kept pushing me to continue to grow. And things started working. And then things started working where I started studying more about systems and processes and getting things to the right degree. And some of these things, it felt like they came naturally, but they didn't. I was reading so many books, countless books, and trying to gain information. And then through trial and error, I started getting immense results. So much so that I started Chefpreneur, and that is what Chefpreneur is. Chefpreneur was started because I started getting people asking me, Chef, how are you doing these things? How did you build your company? How are you getting these clientele? How are you getting them to pay you this much money? And so I started Chefpreneur, and it started as a coaching program where I was coaching chefs, and we have now evolved to where we really help chefs build companies. We set up the systems for you, we build your company for you and with you, we teach you how to run and operate your company so that you're successful with proven frameworks and methods. And so that's really why we started Chefpreneur, is because we really felt that chefs like me at the time, even a long time ago, we deserved more. We deserved to have our own company. But the realistic fact of starting a restaurant and some of these other businesses are insane. the amount of money and investment it takes into it is ridiculous. And it's honestly one of the worst business models out there and produces very little profit for most restaurants. You can make money in restaurants, don't get me wrong, but most of the time it's not the best vehicle. And so, again, freedom, ownership, creativity, purpose, family life, financial opportunity, without giving up what you love is very possible in the private personal chef company business model. And again, that's why I started Chefpreneur. And to kind of close the loop, I haven't really publicly announced this, but I have just less than 2 months ago have sold my personal chef company. So you're listening today, someone who has literally started a personal chef company over 15 years ago, built it up with over 25 contracted chefs. At one point, almost did $1 million in sales in 1 year. Never got there, but close. It was very close. I hit over $900,000 in sales in a year. Did a probably $7 million lifetime sales in my personal chef business, and just recently sold it for multiple six-figure exit. And for me, it's not to sit there and brag and tell you about all that stuff. It's to show you what's possible when you build a real company. Okay.